Well, folks, today is April the 12th, 2021, and this is Lake Mead Boulevard in front of us. Uh, Now we're turning towards the north, and shortly up in the distance is the entrance station on Highway 147 or Lake Mead Boulevard. And now let's cross this the road here, Lake Mead Road, or Boulevard rather, and go over to this tilted formation that you see in the distance. And unfortunately, to get over there, you have to crawl down into this gully here and walk through it to the main unnamed wash that you walk for a bit. A nice little hike to get over there to this tilted formation. And let's walk over here and find this real easy walk down to the bottom of this gully. And here it is right here. Got to be real careful when you're walking through all this. Have good hiking shoes and take your time walking down through here. But I took my time and found the best one to walk down through, and it's this one right here. But anyway, you can see in the distance Lava Butte, and I guess an eighth of a mile in that direction is this tilted formation. It's quite large that we'll hike over to. But in the meantime, let's walk down into this first wash here. Walk through it to the main unnamed wash. Well, anyway, yeah, it's pretty interesting walking down through this wash. What you're going to notice is all this tilted uh, material at the bottom. I'm guessing that is the lake. I mean the Horace Springs Formation would, and the particular member is the thumb member. This is what you're seeing right there. That's the thumb. It's angular. And let's walk a little more. There's a big boulder of gneiss. Beautiful example. Just laying there at the bottom of this gully here. The other formation of interest is the horizontal formation. That's the Muddy Creek, and there it is right there. It's horizontal post tectonic extension, and underneath is the angular thumb member of the Horace Springs Formation. And walking through just the rock specimens that you can collect and start your collection are all over the place. And again, here we see this exposure. Again, at the top is the Muddy Creek, it's horizontal. And then this angular tilted material is the thumb member of the Horace Spring Formation. That's my opinion. I could be wrong. But it looks like the thumb breccia that you see in other areas down the road, where it has been confirmed by other sources. But anyway, this is the big unnamed wash that you have to walk through. But again, examining the side wall here, see all that breccia, all those fragmented materials in there, Precambrian gneiss, different layers, different aquatic environments that formed each layer. It's really complicated through there, but truly amazing. The fragments of gneiss in here are all over the place. But this angular material here, tilted material on top of the Muddy Creek, see, it's horizontal. So this is going to be some unconformity that we're seeing here, because about 3 million years of deposition are missing. There's that characteristic thumb breccia when a piece of that breaks out. Then you got sandstone layers, siltstone. Then it goes back to the breccia and conglomerate layers. This is a sight to behold. You have to really be here to appreciate all this. More of it, and then you can see clearly at the top the horizontal deposition again is the Muddy Creek Formation. It was deposited, its deposition was 8.5 to 10 million years ago. And this thumb that you're looking at right now, its depositional period was 13.5 to 16 million years ago. But you can see the thumb at the bottom, and the Muddy Creek is the horizontal deposition right on top of it. And again, there's like 13.5 million years of depositional geological history that is missing here. So this would be an angular unconformity that you're seeing right here. I'm guessing, that's my opinion. And here is, yeah, again, let's just keep walking down this unnamed wash. There's the Muddy Creek, nice and horizontal. And now we're in the middle. We're in the middle of this unnamed wash, walking over to this really large, tilted, spectacular formation up front here. Rock specimens on the floor of this unnamed wash are all over the place. I mean, you could just start a real nice rock collection. All this material has been washed from other formations that existed many, many millions of years ago. Huh, that's gypsum there. Yeah. But then this is ash. This little streak, white streak along here is ash. But up here is some, those pieces are crystalline gypsum. Right there. Just sitting there. Here's these white streaks here. Get up a little closer, but yeah, that's definitely tough. Volcanic tough. That's what this stuff up here is. These white streaks. Up there in this sandstone. Yeah, it's a sandstone there. But it was along the bottom, and then up at, there's a second one there. And here you have a little movement in the ground here, about 2 feet worth. The hanging wall is there, and the lower portion is down here. But there's two, well, there's a third one up there, faint one. Some brief volcanic production of ash, looks like.
rock specimens throughout this wash. I mean, it's just a monumental collection you can start. But anyway, here's this tilted area here. It's just interesting how it takes on that characteristic there. Then it's more of a solid. Then it goes back to the different aquatic environments that are present that cause that. And of course, everything is laid down horizontally. It's through tectonic movement that this tilting effect comes about. Get in the shade here a little bit, but it's this fine sandstone through here. Beautiful morning to get out. It's a nice cool breeze. Little sandstone and some ash mixed together, it looks like, right through there. But this is this beautiful tilted formation that you see from the road. Up front, it's quite large, quite the large formation right here. But up there it's probably 5, 6, 7, 8 feet thick of tuff up there, that white. And down here it's starting to break up and fall to the floor of this wash here. This is where I got that sample of the tuff, volcanic tuff, that I published on Facebook a few days ago. And you can see it up there where it's slowly breaking off. But there's the white tuff, then there's another, I guess 10 feet or more of this tan colored sandstone. And then you see this layered effect. It's a pinkish color right below it. But here's all these fragments of tuff. I found one of these on the ground. Took it home the other day to take a picture of it. But that's really beautiful. Let's go over here a little closer. There's some more of it on the ground here. Yeah, this is a sandstone that came from up there. Pretty brittle. But it's interesting. You have these sections where it's just pure a pure face there, and then you have this rough area, and then it goes back to the clear portion. But right in there is a good example of it, right up there, and then you get this really interesting pattern right in here. Walk up real close to it. This stuff here looks like it's just where it's been eroded and it's just streaming down and forming that appearance there. But that one there, the cycles are shorter that cause that, it looks like. The aquatic environment, at least. That's definitely tilted. Here's a little fold through here. Down on the floor down here, all these rock specimens down through here. It's pretty amazing. Here's another good picture. That's got to be crystalline gypsum, that little thin vein you're seeing there. Yeah, that's crystalline gypsum characteristic throughout this area here. Here's my little stairway thing here. Look through it. Thank you very much. This is nature. Let's work our way back. it's really interesting. You get a mostly sandstone, then all of a sudden you get these little pebbles, like a little stream was pushing them along. Then it quieted down, only silt and sand. Then about an inch or so right there of movement, partial movement. Then a little bit of movement of the water, then settling. It's almost like this could be the thumb member of the Horse Springs Formation. Get all these really beautiful examples of gneiss through here. But again, you get this effect, these pebbles and everything. It's a stream flowed through here. Then it quieted down and it was like a shallow lake. And then you come up here, it starts again. Here's a cross cut of, that's gypsum right in there. There's gypsum. This material right here is the Muddy Creek Formation. It's all horizontal post extension. But right here is where it gets interesting. This tilted material right below it. This looks like it's got to be the that's got to be the Horse Springs Formation. Maybe a thumb. Look at all of that gravel and pebbles of different sizes. Was that a flash flood? Or did it just fall from a high point after a flash flood? But this boundary here is simply incredible through here. This exposure. Oops. Clearly a fascinating boundary. Here, the tilting through here is quite significant. But you can always tell in Muddy Creek it's always horizontal. never went through that period, I don't know, 10 to 14 million years ago, where there's quite a bit of extension tectonics and a lot of movement along fault lines. This area right here is just amazing, totally amazing. This tilting effect. Not getting in the sun too terribly much. Get back in the shade here a little bit.
Well, anyway, walking back out of this unnamed wash, back through this side little gully area to get back to my truck. I mean, the specimens that are on the floor of this little gully through here can just fill up your rock collection. I mean, it's just amazing, all the specimens, and I do plan on coming back through here to collect some. I mean, it's just a fun little hike through here. And there's another specimen that's a green colored, another boulder of nice rock specimen. I mean, those nice specimens are well over 1 billion years old. But all over the floor here, you just see all kinds of just truly remarkable rock specimens. And again, coming up some more of the angular thumb member. And on top of it, again, is the Muddy Creek Formation. Here's a big boulder of gneiss. That's a beauty. I mean, the billion years or more that it took to prepare that specimen, that rock layer of gneiss. And as you can see, it's really an easy hike through all of this area here. I mean, nothing difficult. Of course, like I've repeated a million times, you want to make sure and have good hiking shoes. More interesting specimens. I've been through here several times, but I do plan on coming back just to collect specimens. And there's a beauty. Bit heavy to haul back to my truck this time, but I'm going to come back and get that one. It's a green schist or a green gneiss. But it's a good example of an angular unconformity through here. I mean, the Muddy Creek, the horizontal formation, which is post tectonic extension, which is the reason why it's horizontal, It was laid down 8.5 to 10 million years ago. And the thumb member that's angular of the Horace Springs Formation is 13.5 to 16 million years ago of depositional period. So there's, like I said before, about 3.5 million years of geological deposition that's missing. So that would be the unconformity. But that Muddy Creek is right on top of the thumb member, if my ideas are correct. Anyway, once I keep walking through here, I'm start looking for the road signs on the right, and that solar panel pole setup. That's telling me now I need to look for my little pathway up out of this gully back to my truck. But up here in the distance, this white formation, that's volcanic tuff that is characteristic of all over this area. But what's interesting, it's right on top of it is the Muddy Creek. Again, the Muddy Creek is 8.5 to 10 million years ago of deposition. If it's below it, then it occurred, this volcanic eruption period occurred before 10 million years ago. There it is right there, nice and thick. But look at that Muddy Creek, it's right on top of it. Volcanic tuff, that's what that is. Now there's a mesquite tree, but you can see its roots are exposed over a period of time in the past. This area had some flash floods that washed out its soil that it was in, and now the roots are just exposed like that. But up there, there's Lake Mead Boulevard or Highway 147. So when I see that sign, I know this is the area where I look for my little exit, walk out of this gully back to my truck. And it's back over here. Again, we're looking northly in the north direction. And right here is where I start my ascent back up to the highway. One thing I always do is before I climb down in all this area and do my hiking in videos, I always let the ranger up at the entrance station, which is like an eighth of a mile or less to the north on Highway 147 here, that I'll be parking over in this area in my truck, and then I'll hike down into this area here, just in the name of safety. Let them know, because I've been out here so much they already know me and know what I'm doing. But anyway, walking back up, it's real easy, easy, easy little walk through here. And there's Highway 147, or also called Lake Mead Boulevard. And looking north down there is where the entrance station is. And there's my truck. This was really a lot of fun today. A little bit of wind blowing. But anyway, there, looking north down there is the entrance station. And across the road here, back to my truck.